Bants and Bants. Bants and Bants.
All systems go.
Bants and Bants.
Defiance.
Bants and Bants.
This rebel has a cause.
Bants and Bants.
We begin as wanderers, and we are wanderers still.
Welcome to the 1421st edition of Bombs and Bants and Wednesday Rants. As always, I'm your dedicated and humble host, John Wilder, coming to you from an undisclosed location hidden deep beneath the surface of the earth. With us, as always, is Mark.
Howdy.
It's not silence this week. Welcome back, Mark. And the missus.
Heck no, we won't go. Heck no, we won't go.
Well, Mark, you have been, my friend, quite absent. You're going to have to explain yourself.
Oh, how can I explain my situation and still have this be family friendly? I don't know.
Because we are talking about your situation. Oh, no, it's generation.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Generation.
Here, I got you covered, Mark. I got you covered.
I'm on vacation.
They said they hope they died before they got old. So it depends on what their definition of old is. So I'm sorry, Mark. We're talking all
It's
over.
I think their definition of old was like 120.
Yes. Oh.
But if they can figure out how some way to increase longevity, then all bets are off, and they just hope that they can die before entropy finally kills the universe.
Well, if we're judging by the Rolling Stones and the Who, the answer is lots and lots of illicit drugs.
Yeah, because we do know after a nuclear war, the only two things that will be left alive: cockroaches and
Keith Richards.
Absolutely. Okay, so head on back to it, Mark. What happened? Tell us. We're dying to know.
Well, as the readers of my blog already know, my wife had a fairly serious car accident. The car's dead. She's got the pain and everything from the consequences. And then I mentioned this on my blog, but I did mention it to you. Serious electrical problems in the house that we're still trying to track down, although we've been able to recover a few things from that. And then my father-in-law went mad, like literally. So in the British sense of the word. So it's been an interesting last few weeks. Yeah.
Wow.
That Chinese curse, may you live in interesting times. I am living in interesting times. Very interesting.
When it rains, it pours, huh?
Yeah. Anyway, but so much for the serious stuff. Let's get on to something fun.
Absolutely. And the most fun thing I've got is the missus is infested. She is forever unclean right now.
I am. I'm trying not to loudly scratch because you'll probably hear it.
What?
It has to be must be a byproduct of the scurvy, right? I just end up covered in welts and hives, and it's very itchy. And you should.
Have you
someone
developed
can
an
get
allergy
me in
to all the
calamine lotion?
pineapple?
It must be. It's some additional cheese that's doing it. Yeah, and that's the thing is I have no idea what's causing it. Nothing.
Zero, huh?
Zero.
Okay. So now you might want to check your YouTube, or does it show that we're streaming? The missus?
I'm looking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it says we're live now.
Okay. Well, it is normally right. So I guess shall we go into the stories?
Well, we have to start with just this kind of funny one right off the bat, because this isn't really a story. It's just kind of a thing that I saw floating across Facebook today.
Yes.
Yeah, and it has to do with Kyle Rittenhouse, because he was at the movie premiere over the weekend of the movie
and
of whose
by
name we shall not speak.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is Dinesh D'Souza. We can say Dinesh D'Souza, certainly, right? We probably can't
One would
mention the
hope
movie.
so.
We probably can't mention the movie's name because it would involve events that happened in November.
That lawn mowing contest again.
Yes, the thing that happened in November of 2020, the good eyesight year.
Mhm.
Anyway, Kyle Rittenhouse, you're saying that he was at the premiere?
Yes, and he was photographed standing. Well, I'll just put the picture up so you can see it.
Well, please.
There it is.
And I'm gonna have to do my Kevin Costner. Down and to the right, down and to the right, down and to the right. Okay, that's
well. We've all seen the video. He's got good discipline, so.
Yes, he has good trigger discipline and good eye discipline as well. Oh my, that's pretty good. Okay, well, that being said, one of the big stories of the week is the New York Times, which is, as we know, a bastion of what would we refer to free thought, and it's the newspaper of record, right?
Accuracy.
Mhm.
Don't forget that.
Yes, and so looking at that, and now it's shown up. So the bastion of free thought that is the New York Times said that 1 week ago, it said that the U.S. intel had been used to help the Ukrainian target and kill Russian generals. So what did the Pentagon press secretary, John Kirby, say?
Well, here we have a nice picture of John Kirby describing, I think, his voluptuous breasts. But he didn't go on about those in this particular press conference. He was talking about the Russian generals. So here he is.
First, the United States provides battlefield intelligence to help Ukrainians defend their country. We've talked about that quite a bit. We do not provide intelligence on the location of senior military leaders on the battlefield or participate in the targeting decisions of the Ukrainian military. The Ukrainians have, quite frankly, a lot more information than we do. This is their country, their territory, and they have capable intelligence collection abilities of their own. Ukraine combines information that we and other partners provide with the intelligence that they themselves are gathering on the battlefield. And then they make their own decisions, and they take their own actions. And I think it's important not to forget that this is a war the Russians started, and of course they can end it tomorrow.
Outstanding, huh? And
I'm sorry. That was, I love how, he tries to dodge the reality is yeah, they don't have to say, oh, General X is here, but they can, he may be truthful and say, that, yeah, we're not saying General X is here, but, here's the major command bunker. Here's another command vehicle and another one over here, and if you hit those, you'll probably take out some senior officers. Wink, wink.
General X. Are you trying to tell me that this is a Disney production? Okay. No, and looking at it again, the misses, you missed the golden opportunity of the evening.
What was that?
You should have put Kyle Rittenhouse right behind him. You should have photoshopped standing straight ahead, showing once again good eye discipline.
Well, I personally think it's a good idea that the Pentagon is starting to walk some of this back, because, okay, when Democrats start getting on this, hey, you guys maybe should shut up about the amount that we're helping the Ukrainians. I mean, everyone knows it's like Edward Snowden. Everyone knows we're doing it, but they don't know we're doing it. You know what I mean? So maybe the people who are leaking this stuff should just shut their freaking mouths for a minute. Thomas Friedman in the New York Times on Monday. Thomas Friedman, huge Democrat, again in the New York Times, writes this. Everything I've been able to glean from senior U.S. officials who spoke to me on the condition of anonymity is the leaks were not part of any thought-out strategy, and President Biden was livid about them. I'm told that he called the Director of National Intelligence, the Director of the CIA, and the Secretary of Defense to make clear in the strongest and most colorful language that this kind of loose talk is reckless and has got to stop immediately, before we end up in an unintended war with Russia. The staggering takeaway from these leaks is that they suggest we are no longer in indirect war with Russia, but rather are edging toward a direct war, and no one has prepared the American people or Congress for that.
So first of all, you used the words Biden called, and is there any proof that he did anything other than walk up to a phone mounted on the wall and turn that
And
little
start
thing?
yelling at it.
Yes. What? Please connect me to BR549.
Can you give me
I'm
Mount
not sure.
Pilot?
Do you think, seriously, do you think Biden knows how to use a cell phone?
I don't know. That wasn't
Okay.
me. That was Thomas Friedman who used that language.
Well, okay.
Well, no, I don't think Biden can use a cell phone because they don't have the rotary dials.
Don't have the rotary dials. That is indeed correct. And the whole Ukraine thing is near as I can tell. Number one, it's bad to anger a nuclear power. Now, hopefully, their nuclear components work just as well as their tank defenses work, from the standpoint of the United States. And yes, old Soviet vacuum tubes are very good. Best technology for nuclear vessels. But when you look at this, angering nuclear power is not very wise. And I said there was another part that I forgot. Any other thoughts on the Ukraine?
I've noted that Putin seems obsessed with, and his top officials seem obsessed with the fact that they have nuclear weapons now that we won't be able to shoot down, which tells me that we must have some sort of defensive system that we haven't been told about.
One would hope. One would hope, of course.
If Leaky Leakerton finds out about it, then it'll be on the front page of the New York Times.
Well, maybe the Star Wars program that they all made fun of back in the 80s actually worked.
And you heard Trump's slip the other day. Said we have one weapon that could end it all. That was more JFK than Trump, but they are anyway. Joe notes food production for 2022 is already in the ditch, and the interesting thing there is because of Ukraine, it's very, very likely. And he also notes that 10% of Russian nukes within 100 miles, we're in very deep trouble. But when you look at food production for 2022, we very well may see hunger in the United States, real hunger, for the first time since the Great Depression. I mean, the hunger has not been a problem here, but boy,
awesome, because there were food riots in the Depression. I mean, much as they try to cover it up in history, I mean, there were.
See, I thought there were only people who were high pants and fast talkers back then. See, Codex notes, and she and this is an interesting one to bring up because all the statistics do show, despite the debunking and the fact checking, that food plants are burning down at a greater rate than normal. They're having, the number of industrial incidents related to food plants is increasing. Now, the things I could think of that would cause that would be greater numbers of people who were more poorly trained. I don't know. I think you change one ingredient in a pizza roll, and I think it's a war crime, right? It's just like 50,000.
Pizza rolls are war crimes.
Well, here's my theory is that with the labor shortage, they've had to hire people who can't read Spanish, and so they don't know how to, they can't read the directions on how to operate the machines.
So you're saying it goes something like this. Hey, Vern, it says, yo habla español. What does that mean?
I think it means push the right button.
Okay. And now...
The dog did not like that. Bad joke.
The dog never likes that. Okay. And they keep telling us that there's no funny abortion humor. But you know what? This is wrong. This is Codex and Q mentioned that they wanted this as a separate clip that they could play,
And I
and
have
we'll
not put
get
that
that
up
done.
separately yet. Yes.
But this is, I'm going to say, the funniest abortion humor in the history of mankind.
I used to work in an abortion clinic, and these are some of the stories I saw that made me pro-choice. A 23-year-old woman came in 11 months into her pregnancy and said, "I don't want this stupid baby anymore, kill it." And the doctor said, "Okay," and he put jumper cables up her baby hole and connected them to a car battery and let it run for 6 days straight. Then a little 6-year-old girl came in and said, "I want an abortion, but I'm not pregnant," and the doctor said, "We'll fix that." And he stole a baby and cut the girl open and put the baby inside her and sewed her shut. And when the girl woke up, said, "Congratulations, it's a healthy 6-year-old boy." And the girl said, "Can I keep him?" And the doctor said no, and then backed over in the parking lot with his brand new Ford Raptor. They made me sign an agreement to stop drinking from the medical waste container, but I assigned someone else's name. One of the doctors there developed a futuristic ray gun that could make anything he shot have an abortion, even trees, cars, and barns. The doctor's assistant invented this thing she called the silly slide that connected the woman's baby hole to a paper shredder so the baby could briefly enjoy the high life. The oldest child we aborted was in his late 70s and didn't even know he was a baby until his wife brought in pictures. The doctors put all sorts of things in a woman's uterus, including a clown nose, bicycle handlebars, a calendar, and an entire Sears retail outlet before the bankruptcy. During every successful abortion, the doctor would shout, "Take that, baby," and he'd push a red button that made sirens go off and confetti fall from the ceiling, and we'd all get Del Taco for free. I have more stories I could tell, but I'm watching a movie with James Spader right now, and it requires all my attention because he might be Jack the Ripper.
It makes me laugh every time.
So you missed that one, Mark. What's your vote on that one?
Oh, that's awesome.
All right.
Oh, gosh. A woman 11 months pregnant. I love that part.
And that 70-year-old man who didn't even know he was a baby.
Until his wife brought in pictures.
That's right.
Well, retroactive abortion.
Yeah.
I mean, once you're gonna start killing them off, I mean, the time frame that you can do it is totally negotiable.
Yep. So, but let's go to the actual real news, and because there's another bit right after this. Row your protest right outside the Chief Justice's house. The abortion rate rolled over the weekend as leftists posted their home addresses. The conservative. I think I've lost my meter is completely off.
You may have.
Point.
I think you've lost your mind.
Yeah,
Slow your roll. Slow your roll.
Conservative. Okay. The leftists posted the home addresses of the conservative justices online and then proceeded to protest outside their homes. Last Friday, the White House tried to... Wait, let me go NPR. Last Friday, the White House tried to remain non-committal. Here's Press Secretary Jen Psaki.
I don't have an official U.S. government position on where people protest. We want it, of course, to be peaceful.
The White House has no particular position on this.
Yes. please protest out.
I mean, clearly don't break the law, but you know.
But they are breaking the law by protesting outside a judge's house.
Right.
But by Monday, things changed.
You suggested that peacefully protesting outside the homes of judges and Supreme Court justices is part of freedom of expression and part of what we do in the United States. But there's a law in Virginia that actually prohibits protest outside private residence, even when it's done peacefully. So I'm wondering if any sort of demonstrations outside of private homes might run afoul of that law and other laws like it in other parts of the country.
We're certainly not suggesting anyone break any laws. I would note that the president's view has long been, and I tweeted this earlier this morning and repeated and made a number of these comments last week as well, that violence, threats, and intimidation have no place in political discourse. Yes, we are a country that promotes democracy, and we certainly allow for peaceful protest in a range of places in the country. None of it should violate the law. No one is suggesting that. And it should never resort to violence, to threats, to intimidation in any way, shape, or form. But that is what our position is and the president's position is.
You know, my favorite part of that is that last phrase. That's what our position is and the president's position is.
I don't think he knows what position he's in. Oh.
Unless it's lying down, having someone put tapioca pudding right into his mouth.
Mm-hmm. And James Spader, I sure liked him in that movie with the big ring where he and Kurt Russell went in and fought the Pyramid Man. Okay. Um, do you have any more comments on that, Mark? Because you're mentioning that there is some lack of legality.
Yeah, well, we'll never see the Justice Department do anything, but yeah, it is illegal. So,
I believe you can call it the amusingly named Justice Department at this point. They're just as much the Justice Department as the Justice League is the Justice League.
And I mean, we were just hearing a couple of weeks ago that one of the reasons that Trump had issues with controlling the bureaucracies because the FBI refused to actually vet the people he wanted to appoint to a bunch of positions. So, the Justice Department is completely out of control. They ought to clean it out from top to bottom. But maybe time for the bang, 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 FBI. Yeah, I did that to my kids the other day. They did not think it was funny at all.
So I added some new clips, and so I lost it. Wait, here we go. FBI, open
up! So exactly what motivation would they have to clean out the Justice Department? They just added a Ministry of Disinformation to the Justice Department. They have no reason to clean anything out. This is a feature, not a bug.
That's true.
No. Well, and there's something else I want to comment on. Her comments about protests need to be non-threatening, et cetera, et cetera. That's stupid. And the whole point of protests is to strike fear into the heart of politicians or whoever you're trying to influence. I mean, let's stop. I wish they'd stop dancing around the bush on it. Well,
the last thing we need is another Bush in the White House. I'll just say,
well,
no more.
I used to have this boss a long time ago who'd call all staff meetings, so everybody who worked for him would have to come in at the same time. And then he'd come into the meeting and go, well, you're probably wondering why I've asked you all to be here today. You're all fired. And he thought it was so funny. But really, they should do that at the Justice Department.
Yes. Seriously.
Yeah, seriously, you're all fired. Get out.
But what would my FBI agent do? I mean, I think he's been very happy watching me slowly rebuild my life. Okay. Let's go on. And the one thing that I can't tell you about most federal employees, I do believe they have a wonderful wellness program. In fact, I heard that the Supreme Court has their own wellness program and maybe even a fitness program. The missus?
Are you tired of carrying around those extra pounds?
Uh-huh.
Is it so bad that even your large, flowing black robes won't hide that spare tire? Need a good workout that's fun and easy?
Sure do.
Then listen up. You need a supreme workout with a supreme guy. Hi, I'm Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. What's a Supreme Court Justice, you might ask? It's a justice, but with sour cream and tomatoes. And I have just the workout for you, the Brett Kavanaugh Supreme Workout. It's fun, easy, and you can do it from your own home. Plus, it'll really piss off those lefties riding in your driveway. All you need is a basket of nearly rotten tomatoes, a basket of sour cream, a gross of wire hangers, and 6 cases of Natty Light. First, do a good stretch. Get those juices really flowing. Then step out on your front porch and start tossing back roos while you toss groceries at the riders.
Hey, what was that?
Oh, bro.
Ow! He's throwing stuff at us!
For your best workout, you can really put your back into it. Look for it in a store near you. The Brett Kavanaugh Supreme Workout. Do it till you move!
That sounds like that could be a really fun workout.
Yes, indeed. And with the famines, the protesters might enjoy it.
Yeah.
This tomato hasn't much mold on it. Can I have some more, sir? All right.
Oh, come on. There's an easy way to get rid of those protesters. Just buy one of the more powerful models of cell phone jammers off of eBay. Turn it on. If they lose their cell phone reception, they're all going to wander off.
They'll sink into a depression and just ball up in the fetal position right there on the street.
Yes. Yes. And we used to make jokes about zombies wanting brains, and now it's battery charge, battery charge. Okay, we do have some upbeat news for the change. The missus found that the 148th Kentucky Derby, which is almost as old as Nancy Pelosi, so she must have been around there for the first few, happened over the weekend. And if you had 80-1 Rich Strike to win, the aptly named Rich Strike, there's good news. Here's the call from NBC Sports.
After him, Epicenter and Sandon. These two, stride for stride. Simplification down the outside is next. They're coming down to the wire. Epicenter, Sandon. Rich Strike is coming up on the inside. Oh my goodness! The longest shot has won the Kentucky Derby. Rich Strike has done it in a stunning, unbelievable upset.
And if you haven't seen the video of that, you've got to see it, because he's almost dead last when they come around the last curve, and just, I don't know, it's like he hit the nitrous or something.
And I can see what was happening up in the booth. It's like, Mario, I told you that the Rich Strike was supposed to win. Don't worry, boss. Don't worry. He's coming around. He's dead last. Don't worry, boss. Don't worry. Not that I'm saying that things in our might be fixed. I don't know.
Well, I have to admit, I'm very cynical, and so that was my first thought about this was, when does the doping scandal come out? And when I was younger, I wouldn't have thought that, but then there was the whole Lance Armstrong thing, and...
Well, I actually heard that people, many of the bike riders were having, we're trying to catch testicular cancer just so they could be like Lance.
So, he was 80-1 odds, this horse, Rich Strike, but he's not the highest odds, the biggest long shot to ever win the Derby. Mm-hmm. The biggest one was in 1913. That's how far you have to go back. 91-1 odds. Donna Rail was his name. So he's not the first long shot to win.
Yep.
But the most interesting thing about it, though, is that this horse was so pumped up again. But when he got into the winner's circle, that he was kind of bouncing around, he went over to one of the horses and bit the other horse on the neck.
Yeah. And if we could understand horse, he was probably going, yeah, who's the horse now, man?
In your face.
Or horse, whatever. Yeah, in your face.
Do you have the Rich Chocolatey commercial available, honey?
I don't know which one that is. Which one are you talking about?
The one that we did about the product back when we lived, before we moved to Alaska. Rich chocolate.
I don't think I do. That was one of the things that when my hard drive took a nosedive back in November, I don't think I have that one back. I mean, it's up on the YouTube channel. Maybe. No, it isn't. It isn't. Okay. I might find it somewhere, but I don't have it right now.
I have it here. The audio quality might suffer, but I'll play it.
It always stinks when you play it off your computer. But
that's okay.
Well, we're waiting.
Have fun, kids. See you later. Okay. Sure. See ya. See you, Mary. Sure sounds like your kids are a little run down. Is everything okay?
I don't know, Sue. They just aren't very perky. I'm not sure what's wrong. I think it might be the brand name syrup they put in their chocolate milk.
Well, if that's the case, why not do what I did? Switch to sweet, chocolatey nicotine.
Nicotine? What's that?
It's the new flavored drink mix from the people who brought you Coca-Cocaine. Nicotine is rich, chocolatey, and has all the special stimulants guaranteed to give your kids that much-needed pick-me-up whenever they need it. Might enjoy it with after-meal coffee and first thing in the morning. And best of all, they love to drink it. Here comes your kids. Let's mix up a batch and see what they think.
What's that? Where's our regular chocolate milk? This is something new that I think you'll like. Here, try it. This is great, Mom. Can we have this for every meal? I wonder what the color yellow tastes like. My head hurts. Can we get a puppy? I think I'm going to faint. This is good. What's this called? It's nicotine, kids.
Nicotine drink mix from the makers of cocaine. Nicotine drink mix may not be purchased by children under 18 years of age. Nicotine drink mix may cause nausea and vomiting on the first drink. But keep trying, you'll get the hang of it. Lack of nicotine drink mix may cause irritability, headaches, and weight gain. Try nicotine drink mix today and hear your lethargic children say,
"More nicotine, please."
That one's from that one's from way back in the day.
Yeah, that does go way back in the day.
Yes, we have hobbies, and that was one of our hobbies. So, all righty. Well, that brings us up to Mr. Neil Young.
Oh, right. It is that time, isn't it? And if I could find it, yes, go ahead and hum. Okay, here we are. Okay. Let's do that again. I didn't have it right.
This is Neil Young.
Hey, get that jackass out of here!
And I'm proud to present my brain jackass of the week.
Well, Kamala once again, happy not to be the brain jackass. This must be some sort of record to be going that it's not her, because this week, it's the president. Yes, President Biden addressing inflation worries in remarks at the White House on Tuesday. Don't worry, though. We've built it, it's our strength, and it's inflation. Or something like that.
And I agree with what Chairman Powell said last week, that the number one threat is the strength, and that strength that we built is inflation.
Yes.
What?
We built this country on inflation. Knee deep in the White House.
Yeah, I don't... What? But, yeah, he does want the country to know, however, that he's using all of his senses to get the job done.
We gotta be frustrated. I know. I can taste it. Frustrated by high prices, by gridlock in Congress.
He can taste it. It's fruity.
Yes. And it tastes just like your neck on a hot day. You know, when you've been sweating and your hair is standing just a little bit up because you feel the cool breeze of my nose across you. That's exactly what inflation tastes. Oh, have I said too much?
Perhaps you have. And this has been Neil Young's Brain Jackass of the Week.
And it's hilarious that we're oh, well, there's a notification that it's going to be silenced.
Hello.
Hello. I don't need Ethereum because it's probably not worth much anymore. No, don't turn off the Wi-Fi. That's the wrong thing.
That would be a bad
okay.
thing.
Yes, well, he was talking. I swear he was talking. But right now, it's not just inflation, it's also shortages. Parents are hunting for baby formula as shortages are zooming across the country. Did you hear that? There's a baby formula shortage. And I didn't, I always thought we had plenty of babies around, but no, oh, wait.
That's not how babies are made.
It's what
I'll tell you when we're off the air.
No. That's how baby oil is made. Okay, it's made from real.
But you need a good press.
But here it's like watching the French Revolution all over again. Oh, well, let them eat cake. It's just stunning watching the White House just collapse.
And yet also amusing.
And yet over half of those mothers that are looking for the formula probably voted for Biden.
Yes, or more. You know, and they have a real strong opinion in the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. So, yeah, there is that. And Kodesh said, "Oh no, I heard baby shortage." All
There's
right.
plenty of short babies
Well,
out there.
I mean,
None of
let's
them
be
are very
honest.
tall.
Biden's not going to care. He supports abortion, i.e., killing of babies in the womb. You know, why not starve them afterwards? That's me being cynical. Sorry.
Yes.
See, but you know, when you hear him say things like that, don't you just wonder what it would be like maybe if his writers, his speech writers, were doing this to him on purpose? It might sound something like this.
That's great.
Okay. President Biden is about to come to the podium for today's press conference, and I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, it's been tough being a Biden speechwriter, but it'll be all worth it for this moment. It'll be worth being fired if he'll actually say those stupid lines we wrote for him.
Do you think he'll really say it, though? I mean, those things, they'll make him look pretty stupid.
I think we're about to find out. Here he comes.
Good morning. Today I'd like to talk about two potential paths forward to address the number one challenge facing families today: inflation.
Okay, here it comes. That strength we've built is inflation.
Today, it's clear we've made enormous. And I agree with what Chairman Powell said last week, that the number one threat is the strength, and that strength that we built is inflation.
Oh my God! He actually said
was incredible. I can't believe he said it. Oh my God.
15 months in office.
Wait, there's more. Here he comes. Can you taste it, Joe? Can you?
No way he'll say it.
$5 says he will.
You gotta be frustrated. I know. I can taste it. Frustrated by high
Pay
prices,
up, buddy.
Oh man, guess I'll have to pass on my soy latte tomorrow.
Have applied to start 5.4 million.
And that's the real sad part of
small
that too, is
businesses
that rider will have to go without the soy latte because he lost that $5 bet.
That's okay. He can drink his nicotine-laced chocolate drink.
That's how they stay up and work 20 hours days, right?
He'll find his
7 days a week.
phytoestrogen somewhere else. But you also have a new, at least for this week, it's on a trial run. You also have a new bit as well, and it is the hero of the week.
That's right. It is the hero of the week. And this week, you might have heard about this. I think this story just broke today. Was about a guy who was on a small plane, and he was. They were off the coast of Florida, and the pilot just, took a header and was out. And I'll just let the audio explain it.
I've got a serious situation here. My pilot is on incoherent. I have no idea how to fly the airplane, but I'm maintaining at 9100.
Number 333 Lima Delta, roger. What's your position?
I have no idea. I can see the coast of Florida in front of me, and I have no idea.
Roger. Try to hold the wings level and see if you can start descending for me. Push forward on the controls and descend at a very slow rate. We'll maintain 5,000 and follow the coast, and we're going to try to find you here on the radar.
Okay, good boy. I've got the coast in my headlights. I'm at 7280. Do I need to get lower?
Number 3 Lima Delta, Palm Beach approach is going to talk to you. They're going to direct you to the Palm Beach airport. You should hear them on this frequency momentarily.
Turn on Lima 3. We got an emergency inbound downstairs, so we're trying to get everybody We're opening up the runways now. And appreciate everybody's patience here. You just witnessed a couple passengers land that plane. Man, they did a great job.
The passengers landed the airplane?
That's correct.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no, great job.
No flying experience.
Yeah, 0 flying experience that guy had. And actually, the last air traffic controller there was actually not, he wasn't even supposed to be at work today, but he was filling in a shift for someone. And it says he was outside the tower reading a book on a break when a coworker yelled to him, "There's a passenger flying a plane that's not a pilot, and the pilot is incapacitated, so they said you need to help them try and land the plane." So he has like, he was
looks like I picked the wrong week to give up sniffing glue. Striker.
Striker. See, and I have a picture for this. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Found it.
Yep.
See, I'm trying to shuffle too much stuff here at one time.
Yeah. There it is. Got a serious situation.
Exactly. So this guy was a flight instructor, and he had never flown the plane that the guy was in. So he just took a picture. I Googled the cockpit so he could use the picture of the cockpit to tell the guy how to get the plane down. And apparently aviation experts and other pilots have said it is a complete miracle that guy landed that plane. And he's not been identified yet, so we don't know who he is. But the flight instructor, whose name is Robert Morgan, said he went out in the tarmac and met the guy after the plane came down and just shook his hand, and gave him a big hug. And the guy said he was just happy that he could land the plane so he could go home and hug his pregnant wife. There's your uplifting story of the week. Yep.
That's very nice. Very nice. Well, that's a very happy thought, and perhaps rather than I suppose I should say, should we go around the room, see if there are any others, or shall we call this an episode?
Well, that's all I've got.
I think that's a good place to end it. Happy note.
It is a very happy note. I'm good with that. Well, thank you once again for joining us on Bombs and Bants and Wednesday Rants, whatever day it might be, wherever you might be. As always, I'm John.
I'm Mark.
And I'm the missus.
And there's still a lot more, right?
I know. There's still a lot more. Now we're almost done.
Okay.
Can you talk? Can you fill until it hits the end? Just keep talking.
Say more. Oh, okay. But don't talk now.
No, you can stop talking now. See, because the music's done. See, theoretically, you're supposed to be able to end right at the time that the music ends, because then I will be able to say, "Y'all come back now, you hear?"